you guys can just drop it right here. Perfect. Thank you. Alright, so it's coming across a little bit too sharp. Do you think you could try like to soften it a little? Sure. And we'll give it another go. Yo, tell you what. You gotta sharpen those keys. Those trumpets are too slow. Can you just try to find something a little bit sharper? All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. I've been doing it about 15 years now. I started in New Jersey. I set up the studio. My first studio was like a 4-track mixer, real small bedroom operation. I was mainly recording like hip-hop music, rap music. And back then it was basically just loading beats into computers, and like the guys would go into booths and like lay vocals over that. But I've since moved on from that, and mainly what I do now is record gospel artists. So this is our new Korg Oasis. This is Cadillac of workstations, synthesizers. It's a really cool keyboard. It has 9 active like synthesizers that can work together at the same time. Oasis stands for Open Architecture Synthesis Studio.
Well, I've known Hezvo. I've known him for about a year now. I'd say the impact he's had on me and my music is that when I first came here, I didn't really play much African music. I wasn't really exposed to much African music, but since I've met him, I've been exposed to a lot, and I've improved as a musician because of it. I'd say Hez is really, he's a really easygoing guy. On top of that, he's very passionate about what he does, and he's just a very inspirational guy to be around.
Person. So this is like maybe 7 years after I moved to the States. I was now running a recording studio in Roselle, New Jersey, and one night this gentleman came in with some other artists that were going to be recording that night, and I could tell, you can kind of see the people, like the way they, the way they look, that he had like a long history of like substance abuse. But this guy was like an absolutely amazing musician, and he played like pretty much all the instruments. But yeah, and like he told me about how he had spent most of his life working as a session musician, and like he'd been in studios and he'd worked with like all the big names, and he even proved it. Like he showed me like contact information on his phone, like the address book was full of these big producers in New York and other places. So yeah, and he was quite an interesting character.